Good morning. Yeah, today my message will be like a testimony. Um, Yesterday we had great works, isn't it? Yeah, people attended. Did you register? How many people? Mm, yeah, Friday, Saturday, yesterday up to Saturday. Yeah, morning. Yeah. True mother is saying that if you lose your health, you have lost everything, isn't it? But I want to share something very important about myself. We are in the providence of restoration. Restoration is both physically and spiritual, isn't it? So in the morning we eat food, breakfast, lunch, and supper. We like to eat good food. How about the spiritual food? Do we think about it? A little bit disappointing because great works are there to help us, isn't it? But how many times we take it seriously? I want to share my experience because ancestral liberation and your young papers and Chonshim prayers, devotion helped me. I know that spiritual experiences are difficult to share, yeah, with somebody else. Unless yourself, you go through it and then you understand. If I come, I tell you, God spoke to me this morning, are you going to believe? Sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? But you mother is saying that all of us, we have inner ability to hear the voice of God. So why don't you believe me when I say God spoke to me this morning? God is our parent, isn't he? Yeah, he can speak to us anytime. Even you can speak to him anytime. His office, there is no appointment. There's no appointment in the office of heavenly parent, isn't it? You can enter anytime. You can speak to him anytime. So before, I don't want to go to speak too much, but I want to go to the point. After my blessing, 1989, just after the blessing, it was something spiritual. Because I didn't have any physical problem. But after my blessing in 1989, I went somewhere for fundraising. And it was good. I made a lot of money for my center. But something happened to me. Very difficult pain, very sharp pain in my back. And my hip could not move anymore. It became difficult. And then where I was, I came back to the capital city. I did some tests. They said, oh, your joint cartilage. Please, Eugene, you are going to help me with your English. Because mine is broken one. And then they said, oh, somehow your joint is getting what? Eaten or something like that. But I didn't get any help. In the center, when I started going for the treatment, my leader told me, here, we are for the spiritual sickness, not the physical sicknesses. So you, up to yourself. And I imagine I left my family for a long time, and my life as a teenager was in the center. So I went back to my elder brother. Of course, they are well off. I asked him, can you help me for some money? I go to the hospital. He told me, you know what? You are in that church for long, and now you are coming to ask money because you are sick. Better I give my money to the beggars. Oh, it was really difficult for me. I said, well, I'm not going to betray our two parents. I went back. I said, goodbye. And then my husband told me to come to Kenya. I came. I did some tests, but they were saying, oh, you just do some exercise, your leg is okay. Then I started now family life. Started giving birth to the children. Oh, my goodness. It has become worse. The leg starts going down and down and down. The year I gave birth to my last born, Eugene, I could not walk again my 2 feet. I have to have some support. But what was amazing is this. Sometimes physical sickness can be also treated spiritually. If spiritually it is done, and the physical you can have treatment. So one day, I was in the center when my daughter was very small. Everybody went out. And then my hip became so painful. That was not real, the pain that it is real, like I can explain. It was so painful. I could not move. I could not even hold my baby. I started crying. It was difficult for me, and there were nobody there. And that time I didn't have a mobile phone to call. I started now lamenting. I said, Heavenly Parent, why? Why this kind of the situation? What can I do? For sure, if you never heard the voice of spirit, I had that day. A strong voice. Again, I could hear talking to like in myself, saying, why are you crying? You know what your ancestors did to others? I was like shocked. I said, what? Like some revelation to me. And then directly I remembered, when I was like 9 years or 10 years, my aunt, the elder sister of my father, one day was boasting, said, you know, because of the laws and the government, you people, you are free. Long time ago, people like you mess up with us. When I die, they can bury you alive, carrying my body, because they were a lady who did something in the village. So it came to me. Why this? Because a long time ago, I am of the lineage of some chief. My great-grandfather was a chief. My grandfather, even my father was the chief of the village. So long time ago, when they were dying, so they used to go fighting and they kill some men, they catch slaves, mostly women. They bring them to their village. And then when the chief is dead, they do what? They will make the grave, they put the body, and those women alive, they break their legs, and they carry the body of a chief. They bury them alive. That voice came to me. I said, but what? Heavenly Parent, you mean this is it? It was a revelation to me. So I was not just suffering because physically suffering, but because also my ancestors did something terrible to people. So I started praying. What to do? But that time there were no ancestral liberation, isn't it? I understood that something must be done. So 2006, when Damon went to Kenya, I started liberation of our ancestors. Of course, it's not easy, you know. It was 50, father side 50, mother side 50, and grandmother, father side, grandmother, mother side 50. Like the total, the first 7 generations, like $300, yeah? For you, it can be a little bit cheap, eh? But for Africa, it's a lot of money. $300 is a lot of money. Oh, how to start? I did the first father side and the mother side. I could not continue. And the next time I did now, grandmother, father side, grandmother, mother side, and then bless them. At least they told us at least you have to do the 7 first generation. It's better because it's directed to you. At least liberate them. I did. By the grace, our first daughter, Yumi, was in Korea, and she worked so hard, and all of them, everybody was involved to do ancestral liberation. As True Mother gave us the grace of liberating up to 210, and then from 210, you can just bless them. It was more easier, because the liberation plus blessing, it was a little bit heavy. So we did that. My leg, 2017, it became worse. To move is a problem. Because of the hip, the knee was also affected. So imagine hip and knee. Sometimes the night I could cry. Seriously. So when I liberated my ancestors, both sides, my husband and my side, now I said, okay, I liberated my ancestors. But the big problem is those ancestors that my ancestors offended, isn't it? Mostly they are those people that our ancestors did wronged. They are the one attack us, those evil spirits. So I have to do something. What should I do? I started making really sincere conditions, prayer. Me, when I pray, sometimes it's like I discuss with God. Truly, I discuss sometimes with God. And I was praying, I said, well, you ancestors, I don't know who you are. I don't know your lineage. If I could know at least your descendant, I could go to ask for forgiveness. Maybe adopt one of the child, become, my child, maybe bless somebody, but I don't know. But I know that the history, my ancestors did something very wrong. So when I was praying, how to ask for forgiveness? Through prayer, I had just a very strong feeling. I went, I took the scissors. I know I used to have long hair, yeah? I just cut completely. I cut my hair. And I cried and I cried. I said that this hair I'm cutting, the symbol of saying sorry. I want to humble myself before you. I want to ask the forgiveness. I'm repenting because what you are even good ancestor because you could kill me. Whatever my ancestors did to you, they buried you alive, carrying the bodies of my grandparents, whatever was it. They think they were the chief, they are there. But they are committing a crime. So even my children were like, they came, they found me, I have no hair. Mommy, what is that? What is that, everybody? They didn't know what I was doing. And it was a Sunday service. I went on the Sunday service, everybody was like, what is going on? Mrs. Angoli, what is your problem? I said, there's no problem. But I was doing my conditions. After the liberation of my ancestors, in that condition I did, let me tell you, I got the grace. How the grace? There is A1 and the H.J. Magnolia program. Don't know if you know it. True Mother has that program. So they help few people. Like they pick one person in Africa or South America every year to go for surgery. Because when I was going to the hospital, they asked me for $60,000. For my knee surgery is $8,000, my hip $8,000. That is like you are going to remove the eyes of the pop, the pop eyes. How are you going to fund that kind of the $16,000? Even my children, they were like, oh my goodness, that my heart going to do. Sometimes back, I did even like go fund me. My son, Sandra helped, but people didn't contribute. I got some few less than $500. I was like, oh God, nobody loves me in this world. But seriously, God had his plan. I told Heavenly Parent, I have liberated our sisters. I don't know what to do. I keep on praying, repenting, asking forgiveness from those other ancestors who my people wronged. One day I had a dream. By the way, I dream a lot. And if I dream, my dream they are true. Even in my sister, your accident of the car, I saw it 2 days before. These guys, they are just headache. I saw it. I dream a lot. And my dream, they are not dog dreams. When I dream, it's really true. Sometimes I don't know where it's going to come, when, but when it passes, I know exactly that God showed me. So I dreamt a tumor that came. We are cleaning. People are cleaning. Really a big hole. And me, I could not clean. Tumor that held my hand. We started walking. And that time is where tumor also was having a knee surgery. Yes. And the tumor that was going like this. She's suffering, but he's holding me. Me also, I'm going, I cannot walk. I was saying, oh, my, sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just repenting. I hope I could be strong. Then I clean this place. And your mother looked at me and said, look, if you can't clean, you can teach them how to clean. Don't worry. Let us continue going. So I woke up. I said, wow, true mother is going through a lot of pain knee, and they're supporting me. Why should I complain? Why should I cry? Even true mother is suffering more than me. I told God, even if I'm going to crawl, I will continue working for your divine will. I could teach divine principles sitting down. Sometimes I don't know if it was a spiritual word tempting me or what. Somebody comes to people to teach divine principles, they disappear, they go. Oh, Mrs. I'm going to continue 7 days. I can't sit. I sit. One leg is straight. This side, I don't know what to do. I keep on changing position. I don't know how to, even to concentrate to teach the divine principle, but I have to do it. I said even the first president of our unification movement was not healthy, but he was teaching hours and hours. How about me? I keep on persevering. And when I had that dream, I think 1 week later, our national leader called. No, he didn't call me, but he was checking his email, and he saw that there's a message they are looking for people who can help. And he told my daughter Yura, I said, I've seen something in my email. Please, just tell Mama, can you try? I said, wow, there's something like this. But in reality, our leaders, they knew. Because there's a second gen from Zambia, went to Korea. And they've been receiving those kind of emails. And they are with me. And they've been walking there with my 3 legs. Yeah? One sister used to call me a 3-legged woman. With my 3 legs, I'm walking there. But why nobody telling me that there's something like this? I tried to apply. Amazingly. Everything they asked, to go to hospital, to meet the doctor, to have the medical certificate, everything went really smoothly. It was like a miracle. Even I didn't know who to meet, which doctor, but I went myself and everything was going smoothly. I got everything. And they said, yes, you can come. So, True Mother is the one who sponsored me, isn't it? Yes. I was sponsored by True Mother herself. Because my air ticket, you have to go for somebody who can take care of me, the accommodation, everything. Sponsored by True Mother. Why am I saying this? Ancestral liberation is very important. And please learn and know your background. Yeah? If you know your background, then you can do nice conditions. And they also liberate the people you can. Even the collateral you can do. So I received that kind of the grace. I went to Korea and they had my surgery. First it was the hip, after 21 days, and then the knee. It was just last year, now 1 year. So I am walking a little bit without not 3 legs. I came with 3 legs. I think I'll go back with 2 legs. Yeah. Why am I sharing this? Ancestral liberation is very important because, first of all, when we receive the blessing, our original sin is removed, yeah, for first generation, isn't it? We have 4 types of sins. How about we hereditary sin? How we are going to clean it? By doing the ancestral liberation. We are helping our ancestors to become good spirit, to receive the blessing. Yeah? And then when tumors are telling us to go for witnessing, we are doing the 430 horizontal, that the tribal messiahship. We are creating the environment. Imagine everybody in Ohio is blessed. There will be there any collective sin that we are going to commit. No, everybody will be good, isn't it? Yes, it's why we do the tribal messiahship. We have to bless 430 horizontally. And for some, become Chonbo. It's not just being a Chonbo, but it is the providence of restoration. True parents, they come as the Messiah to do what? To serve both the physical world and the spiritual world. Even when we read Hebrew 11, from 39 to 40, those people who died before us, even though, they had the promise of the kingdom of heaven, they cannot go to the kingdom of heaven without us. So the spiritual world depends upon us. Without us, they cannot be liberated. And they will know the return and resurrection, isn't it? There are many teachers of divine principle here. Without our physical body, you cannot reach the perfection. For those who've died at the time of Adam and Eve and the Moses and all those until Jesus, and today, they need us, people on earth, to be able to liberate them. So please, that's my experience. Chonbo, the great works, ancestral liberations, Yojang papers, very important. I never prayed for myself for my sickness. Very true. I never prayed that God heal me, for sure. I used to tell God, even if I walk, I crawl, I will do your will. But God saved me. True mother had my sincere devotion. Yojang papers, they are real. I remember the first paper I did, it was just I wrote education for my blessed children. I said education. Said they should excel with flying colors. I wrote like that. I remember that the first paper I did. They used to do others. Yumi used to do in Korea. Mine, the second one, I said, I want the blessing of all of my second generation. I wrote. I'm just telling you like that. That's one, and I'm seeing it. It is real. Even though we didn't have finances for children to go to university. It's not easy in Africa. But these guys, they were sponsored in the best schools. Even the parents was paying school fees for them. Not to me. They used to go to the schools with the ministers' children, and they used to think that their father is so rich. Even they used to tell my daughter, Yumi, you people, you are very rich. Yeah? But we are poor. He's the one who's going with little money at school. But they are daughters of ministers. Even Eugene, at a national school, we never paid not even a penny. Even the parents paid. I said, I want the education of my children, but I didn't know how. I didn't have money. My husband is a pastor, so unification pastor in Africa, they have no salaries. Very interesting. They don't have salaries. Though they keep just being pastors, but they have nothing. But God paid the school fees in the best schools for my children. And one came to Princeton, isn't it? We didn't pay anything. So Princeton, they paid, isn't it? So he's even a parent. Wish papers, they are powerful. And it's true. That's my testimony. You want to believe? Good. You don't? Keep on making some politics. One brother came to me, told me, those young things they are doing there in Korea, they just want to make money to build their things. People want to be rich. I said, thank you. Thank you. You want to be rich with your some few dollars? No. It's not about making money. It's to help us to liberate our ancestors, because it's very important. Imagine your mother or your daughter is in the ICU or in the prison. Are you going to pay money? Are you going to pay money to take him out? How about your ancestors? They're in the hell. They are saying just a fee, workshop fee of some $25 or $50, we are complaining. So the next experience I want to tell you is this. 1986, I dreamed my ancestors. They were in a very miserable place. I saw them, they were all naked. They're just putting something small covering their low part. And then it was very cold. Small little fire in the middle. Everybody was trying to come near that fire. But they couldn't. I looked at them, I cried. Because I know, I saw only one grandparent, only my grandmother. I saw her and her sister. I was like, oh, this is grandma. Why are you so miserable? And they were all crying. 1986, before the liberation. And then my father's side, I saw they were gathering, all of them. Because I remember only one of my cousin's sister was among them, died in the water. So they were struggling. They are like to attack me. And they was telling them, you, keep quiet. You don't know who she is. In the near future, we are going all to bow before her. Keep quiet. Don't attack her. She was really protecting me, and then she was in the front. I woke up. I told David, my leader. My leader said, oh, you have very funny dreams. Eh? Those are your ancestors. And then when I did the liberation, I had another dream. I went to my old village. In the village, there's no electricity in Africa. Yeah? There's no electricity. That's a village. So, in my village, I went. It was bright. Electricity put everywhere. But now the center, how do you call the cabinet? What do you call it? Where the box where there's the electricity, they put the box there and they what do you call it? The center, huh? Yeah, the transformer. The center of the electricity was my father's house. So it was my father's house, and then the electricity was going all the village. After I did the blessing of our ancestors, I said, how? Now I understand. My village was dark. Now because of liberation of our ancestors, the power was everywhere. It's why I understand liberating ancestors is very important. And the last one I want to share with it is about my mother. My mother came to me, no? She was really planting some groundnut, yeah? In my place, the soil is very fertile. They plant groundnut. And she was busy cultivating. I came and said, Mommy, what are you doing? Say, I'm planting the groundnut. I said, wow, can I help you? I started helping her. And she looked at me, she said, since now I'm working for two parents. My mother said, like, since I'm working for two parents now, I'm very healthy. My mother told me. I said, wow, yeah, I can see you are so healthy. I woke up. I said, wow. So my mother is really in the good place. She's really working for two parents. So ancestral liberation, your young papers, they are real. Two parents are giving us a chance, opportunity to liberate our ancestors. Let us not bring politics. Yeah? Why this? Oh, two parents are saying this. Oh, now it became money. Oh, we are selling it. Somebody came to me, you are saying now indulgence, whatever, something. Now you start to know for somebody to be liberated, you have to pay money. I said, I'm going to do it. if it's not true, am I going to lose anything? No. I said, Aboji, you told me to do that. Because I'm a stubborn daughter. You told me to do this, I did it. But why those asses are there in the darkness? I'll tell them, isn't it? They will take responsibility. And imagine it's true, and they will need to do it. Are you going to stand before your ancestors? You can't, okay? Let us do it. It is real. Me, I have my experience. I have the experience. I dream, I saw, I'm testifying. Jesus said, whoever have ears to hear, should hear, isn't it? Yeah. We have ears, we have eyes. We can see the miracles. Even when we attend the what? The Chonshimi prayers. People are testifying, isn't it? For me, I said I'm the living testimony. That is me, because I know what it did to me, and I understand it. Not only myself, but I have also my Trinity sister. 7 good years, could not see. To raise $1,700, it was a big, huge task. We could not raise it. For 7 years, somebody was suffering. After the liberation of our ancestors, everything, I'm telling you, somebody just said, you are suffering too much. I know a doctor who helped my mother for the operation of the eye. So he gave her the address. He went. That person, it was her boss. He said, I give you $60,000, that is like $600. You go, but you are going to pay back. So he did the one eye. Now you're going to do another one. And her husband was like, what are you going to do now? So she came on Sunday service with one eye closed like this. I said, what happened? You did the operation? Yes, I did. But now, even though I borrowed the money, now I don't know another one, when I'm going to do it. I look at her. I said, do you allow me to do some fundraising for you? That time also I was having my problem, my legs. And I just told my children, I said, Auntie Petronilla has done the eye surgery, and the one eye remains. What should we do? In the morning, I woke up in my mobile phone. Somebody sent me $300. Eugene, he said, Mommy, I was doing a small job here. I think it was for Auntie. This money, we should not even use it for anything. And I called another sister from New Jersey. I said, look, there's a sister has a problem. We need to help. I said, fund for me. 10 people. People are going to give with all their heart. They should not ask, what about her children? What about her husband? I told the sister, I said, I don't want it. If somebody is not giving with sincere heart, don't contact. Just 10 people. And I appointed some few Congolese brothers. She did the same, and we raised $1,700 something. She paid back the money, and she went to hospital, and she's seeing. So it's not that you go in the Chonshimi one, you say, God, my leg is happening to me. I need the miracle now. No. The ways can open. Your ancestors can touch the heart of somebody. You can have the wisdom how to resolve the problem. Be it love problem, be it anything. But if you pray in the Chonshimi with sincere devotion, God will speak to you. This is sister, before I do the Harambe, in the night I dreamt, God was asking me, let me tell you this one, the last one, discussion telling me, why are you, between you and her, do you want to walk or you want your sister to see? It was a trial for me. Clear dream. You want your sister to walk or you want you to walk or you want your sister to see? I said, no, I want her to walk. I want her to see. Sorry. And I was taking the bath in the morning, taking the shower. Another question, why do you want her to see? Oh. I say, yes. If she can see, she's good in teaching divine principles. She's a good lecturer. Divine principle. I know. Since Congo, I say, she can teach principle better. than me. I said, are you sure? I said, yes. She can teach principle better than me. So if she can see, she will help in education. And exactly, we did it. And they can teach, they can see. She can give eternal guidance and they see. It was painful when he could not know even how her own children, they are big. The first day that the eye were open, he looked at it, the son said, you become a big boy like this. And she comes to the church, oh, look, you become old, you know. She's looking at everybody. Say, you mean you become big like this? You become old, you become young. It was really amazing. Why am I sharing this experience? And then we used to joke. I said, you carry me in your back. Me, I see for you. And then you walk for me. And then we go for witnessing. We used to joke like that. But when her eyes was operated, could you see? Tell me, she used to joke that I carry you in the back. You see for me, and I walk for you. Since now I can see, you also you can walk. And just after some 2 months or 3 months, has also the opportunity to go to Korea. So thank you so much, brothers and sisters. I'm sharing this in my experience. I'm a living testimony. If you want to accept, accept. But I humble myself before you just to tell you, do it. Test God. Do it. And if you cannot have the experience, then write it to me. I'll give you my email. Thank you so much.